Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a little while since I posted, but that's because my recording software is having issues, but we can still get some videos out occasionally. And today we are going to be making a how to snipe video. I'm going to be going over quick scoping, a little bit of hard scoping, because hard scoping is not very complicated. Then maybe I'll do some classes, and then a little bit of a recap. So we're going to be going over a couple clips that I have that are going to go in my montage that I'm making soon. And we're just going to be talking about how I hit the clips, a few little tricks that I used, and hopefully teach you how to implement them into your own gameplay so that you can become a better sniper. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, about to start off with clip number 1. Alright, so I hit one, I hit another, I hit another. Alright, so there's a few more here, but as you can tell, it's not that difficult. So when analyzing these clips, we have to think about, first off, how you actually hit the snipe. So when you go for the snipe, I'll probably put a little, just one of those shots up on screen here. As you hit the snipe, you might be like, they're not even aiming. How do they hit that? Where's the thought process there? You can't be aiming. Now, the reason it might look like that is because when you take a shot, you actually do what's called centering. And I think this might be common knowledge, but this is supposed to be for a very beginner, and then later on we'll get into some more advanced stuff. So, centering is when you put the end, like you look around and move your aiming thumbstick or your mouse or whatever you're sniping with onto the enemy so that they're in the middle of your screen. So when you scope in, they are going to be in the middle of your sight. Now that's how you quick scope. It's it's easier the closer you get for some people. Some people find it harder though, because like they can like move around more in your sight. So I personally prefer up close sniping. I find it very difficult to do long range snipes, but I can do them. Now, when it comes to quick scoping, there's a few things you have to know. Like, for example, there's no way you're going to outgun a red gunner unless you know where they are first. If you run up to somebody, you both start shooting at the same time, unless you hit your shot perfect and instantly, you lose. So that's the thing with sniping. Once you miss, you're probably dead unless you can get out of there, because it takes a little while to shoot another shot. Unless, of course, using like the Mark II carbine. I personally used to use the Mark II carbine a lot more than I do now, because I just don't think it hits hard enough. I think it fires too fast for the clips to look clean, but yeah, there's a medium for how far away you should be, how close you should be. And it also depends on what the enemy is using in terms of weapon, how fast they're moving, and what weapon you're using. Like, for example, in this clip, I used the the Kar 98. Now, the Kar 98 is a good fast pace. They recently buffed the ADS and the damage at range, but it's very good for closer range sniping, but still getting in a decent amount of damage and getting your one-shot kills. Now, the AX50, that's the other weapon that I use. The AX50 has a slower, it's just a much heavier, bulkier weapon, but it hits much harder, and when you hit a quick scope with it, it's super satisfying. It's also super satisfying to watch. So I think I'll throw in a clip of that right here. Alright, so as you guys can see there, that was a really nice snipe. Watching somebody snipe with the AX50 is just so clean. I love it. Personally, I think it makes really good montage clips, but that's just my opinion. So, when you're hard scoping, let's just go over hard scoping now. When you're hard scoping, you have to know where the enemies typically like to come through. Now, say you're playing against enemies that like to rush right side every time, and you know one of them likes to go through this one door. If you just aim down sights at the door, as soon as they open the door, shoot it. It's real simple. There's not much to it. I just thought I would put that out there real quick, that quick scoping is much more, it's less calculated than hard scoping, but it's also more calculated in ways. With hard scoping, it just depends on the enemies you're playing against and where they like to go, and then you just look where you know they like to go and shoot them when they come through. Now, let's go over some just mental tricks with quickscoping. So, with quickscoping, if you know that there's, say, 3 enemies in a certain room, and you run in there, that's probably not going to go well for you. But if you see that there's a window that you could possibly shoot somebody through or throw an explosive through, that would be the better choice. So say maybe you snipe somebody through the window, then you realize one of them is looking the wrong way. But one of them is looking at the doorway you're about to run through. But you still decide to run through that doorway anyway, which is a good choice. It's not a horrible choice. You run through that doorway. Now you have a choice. Kill the person that's looking at the other doorway to the room, assuming there is one, or kill the person that's looking at the entrance that you came through. I'll give you a couple seconds, but I bet you can guess. The answer is to shoot the person that's looking at you because they're the immediate threat. That's a thing in real life. Like real gunfights, you always take out the immediate threat first, and the same thing applies in Call of Duty. The person that is the immediate most threatening person, and if they're all looking at you, the person that's closest to you is the person that you should be taking out first. So keep that in mind, that when you're approaching a group of people and you think you can take them, make sure to take out the immediate threat. Okay guys, so this is the AX50 class I used in that last clip that you saw. I have the 17-inch factory barrel, the tac laser, the Singard Arms Assassin, stippled grip tape, and focus. Everything I have on this is for ADS speed, and then focus is just so that when you're getting shot by a reg gun, or any gun for that matter, you don't flinch, because flinching is the bane of any sniper's existence. It messes up your shot, and as you know from earlier on in the video, if you miss a shot, you're done for. So it's very nice to have focus on there so you don't flinch. Okay, moving on here, we have the Kar 98. Another one of my personal favorite snipers. The AX50 and the Kar 98 are both my favorite. As you can see, for this weapon, we have the tac laser, sniper scope, F-tac support com, focus, and stipple grip tape. I'd say for every weapon in the game, use stipple grip tape. It's way too good. For the F-tac support com, we're obviously using that for the ADS speed. Sniper scope, it's just because it makes the clips look much cleaner, and I prefer it. Tac laser, once again, for the ADS speed. And then we're running the focus perk as well on this weapon. That's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to smash like, smash subscribe, but don't actually break your whatever you're watching this video on. Wow, that was really weird. Because then you can't watch my future videos. So, if you've learned anything, make sure to comment down below what it was. I got this video idea originally from Sprat, so go check him out if there's anything I didn't cover in this video. He made a really good video, and every year he makes one, and I might do the same thing, just because maybe I'll appeal to somebody who has a different playstyle than he does, or anything else. So, if you have enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Swordshot Gaming. Peace!